What was the focus for you this offseason if you've gotten yourself ready for this year?
I'll probably say gaining weight, and on top of that, staying explosive with the weight, adding more moves, and then just getting my mind right for the type of year I want to have.
How much weight have you gained? What was the process of adding that?
So I was like 245 last year. I'm like 265 now, so like around 20, 15, 50 pounds. Yeah.
What do you think that's going to do for you,
The run, and then obviously the top of my rush, not being able to be, pushed off the point, digging out the rip. So yeah, and then obviously power as well. Yeah.
Will it change your style as a pass rusher at all, do you think?
I wouldn't say change, maybe sharpen it. Obviously, I'm like kind of a power savvy too with my rush, so I could build off that more. And then, like I said, when I try to dip and then bring the rip up, I'll be more solid, stout in that. Yeah.
When did you kind of make the decision to say, "Hey, I want to get a little bit bigger"?
After we lost, to be honest, we didn't have the outing. At least I didn't have the outing I wanted. So I thought like a lot of that, had to do with my weight and being able to be stout in certain positions. So as soon as the season was done, I went to Miami, started eating, and lifting, and then gaining weight, basically.
What was the favorite meal to gain that weight?
It actually wasn't good food. It was a lot of nasty, meal prep, dried chicken, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, but it did the job, yeah. It did the job, yeah.
Odafe, obviously, Adisa coming in last year had the hamstring to deal with. What do you expect from him in year two?
Yeah, he's ready to go. His get off is crazy, hand strong. It's a shame that he had the hamstring issues last year because he was already ready to go then. I'm looking forward to see a big season for him.
You see from Mike, just got here, but
He's the truth. He's pretty seasoned, quick, twitchy. He picks up things fast. He's learning a lot of positions right now, and he's still playing fast as well. So, yeah, he's going to have a good season as well.
I know you're always looking to be as ready as you can be, but does your contract situation, how does that impact your outlook on the season?
Obviously, I'm just trying to, be the best player for the team. I would be crazy to say that's not something looming in the back of my mind, but, every year I try to get better, try to be better than I was last year. So, to be honest, that's really what I'm focused on. I know if I do that, it's going to take care of itself.
You're talking about how motivated you were by the loss at the end of last season. There's a lot of guys here today who they don't have to be here. They're better. They respect you. Better. But what does that tell you about the mindset of this team? That there's so many people here.
Yeah, we're tired of finishing in spots where we shouldn't have finished. We're just trying to capitalize, and you can tell by guys like Lamar, D-Hop, Dehan, Bate, Rowe, K-Ham, Beaks, guys that don't, like you said, don't have to be here, but we're here, we're putting in the work, building the foundations, and it's a testament to what the goal is in the future. And I feel like we got the team. We had the team the past few years, to be honest, and it's just I feel like experience and the attitude now is going to get us over the hump.
Odafe, I know it's just OTAs, but how do you feel like the added weight is working out for you out here? Do you feel just as explosive as you did, and do you feel stronger?
I mean, it's OTS. I haven't really got to, test it yet, but I've had some situations where I try to push somebody and stuff. They kind of flying off too. So no, it's helping. It's helping, and I think it's going to be good for me this year. Yeah.
Is this the biggest you've ever been at any point in your life?
Yeah, in my life, to be honest. Yeah.
Did people tell you previously, like, hey, I think you could ultimately someday add muscle with how athletic you are? They
told me that. I was always trying to keep my speed, but my speed hasn't diminished. So that was always something that was looming in my mind. But I guess it's a way you train to keep the muscle, and then obviously when you're building muscles, be able to make sure you can be mobile with it. But yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah.
Did you have a number in mind that you wanted to get to, sort of a range goal, whatever you're okay, I need to add 15 to 20 or whatever the numbers were?
Just more than last year. I feel like they took away 3 sacks away from me on account of the other ones that I missed. So more than 11. Just try to be more than that. I got a number in my head though. If I keep that to myself, yeah.
Are you there?
Last
Huh?
You had that number yet?
Yeah. No, I have it. I'm just not gonna tell you yet.
Last season, I know you're still felt an element of trying to prove yourself. Had your 10-sack season. Do you feel like you're stepping into a new role, maybe from a leadership perspective, as your keeps getting younger and you're becoming more of a vet?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like each year I'm having to also get better, but also there's new guys coming in my room. But then we always add a little a vet and stuff like that. But I've been able to learn from KV, other guys I've had in the past. So this year is a really young room, so it's kind of like forcing me to be in that position. But at the same time, I know there's like aspects of my game that I got to get better, so I can be a leader for them too. So it's kind of a weird dynamic I'm in right now, but I'm taking it with strides.
Cool. Appreciate it, Doc.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.